The British royal family's recent decision to officially strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles has sent shockwaves across the globe, stirring intense emotions and debates about the future of the monarchy. This move, symbolically loaded, brings years of tension to a dramatic head. What started as a fairy tale wedding in 2018, hailed as a refreshing, modern moment for the monarchy, has now ended in a bitter parting of ways, reinforcing the deepening divide between the couple and the institution they once represented. Harry and Meghan's departure from royal duties in 2020, famously dubbed Megxit, marked the beginning of their public separation from the royal family. Their exit was fueled by a desire for independence and a life free from the constraints of royal protocol. Settling in California, the couple pursued lucrative media deals, launched philanthropic efforts, and engaged in public speaking roles. Yet despite leaving their royal roles, they continued to hold on to their Sussex titles, a point of contention both within royal circles and in public debate. Now, with their titles stripped away, the message from Buckingham Palace is clear. There are limits to how much independence can coexist with the privilege of royal titles. Royal titles in the UK are not mere decorative honors. They're steeped in centuries of history and carry significant power and status. By removing Harry and Meghan's titles, the royal family has delivered a firm statement about the balance between personal freedom and public duty. For a family whose survival depends on tradition and the loyalty of the British people, this was seen by some as a necessary step to preserve the institution's integrity. The move signals that Harry and Meghan's ongoing critique of royal life and their desire for autonomy had reached a point where reconciliation was no longer possible without significant consequences. The public's reaction to this decision has been deeply divided. Some view the stripping of titles as a just consequence for a couple who, after rejecting the roles and responsibilities tied to royal life, continued to benefit from the prestige associated with the Sussex name. For them, this was a matter of fairness. How could Harry and Meghan continue to criticize the institution while profiting from the titles it bestowed? Others, however, saw the move as punitive, an act of retribution for a couple who dared to forge their own path outside the confines of the royal family. Meghan and Harry's supporters view the decision as yet another attempt to stifle their voice, especially in light of the couple's claims about the racial biases and personal attacks they endured while living in the UK. The infamous 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey only deepened the rift between Harry and Meghan and the royal family. In that candid conversation, they shared shocking details about their struggles, including Meghan's mental health crisis and allegations of racism within the institution. It was a moment that exposed the fragile and tense relationship between tradition-bound royalty and a younger generation that demanded more openness and accountability. While the interview garnered sympathy for Harry and Meghan, it also fueled outrage among royal loyalists, who saw the couple's public airing of private grievances as an unforgivable breach of protocol. In light of the title removal, many wonder what the future holds for Harry and Meghan. Without their royal titles, they are now tasked with fully standing on their own as global figures, using their celebrity and personal brand to further their causes. Some believe this newfound independence could empower them to focus more effectively on their charitable efforts and media ventures, building a legacy that is not defined by their royal past. But for others, the absence of the Sussex titles may diminish their influence, stripping away the unique aura that made their voice so compelling on the global stage. For the royal family, this is an equally pivotal moment. Stripping Harry and Meghan of their titles might offer a sense of closure, but it does little to address the larger challenges facing the monarchy. Public attitudes towards the royal family are changing, and there is increasing pressure for the institution to modernize and reflect the values of contemporary society. The monarchy's handling of Harry and Meghan's departure, particularly the allegations of racism and mental health struggles, has drawn criticism not just from supporters of the couple, but from those who believe the royal family must evolve or risk becoming obsolete in an increasingly progressive world. This incident also raises broader questions about the role of the royal family in the 21st century. Can the monarchy remain relevant while holding on to its strict traditions and hierarchies? Or must it adapt to the realities of a more diverse, globalized society? The decision to remove Harry and Meghan's titles might offer a temporary resolution, but the underlying tensions about race, mental health, and personal autonomy are far from settled. As Harry and Meghan chart a new path for themselves, free from the constraints of royal titles, the royal family faces the ongoing challenge of navigating a world where public scrutiny is relentless and demands for transparency and reform grow louder by the day. In the meantime, the world watches closely, caught between curiosity and suspense, wondering what the next chapter holds for the couple once known as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.